Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Madam, and I'm coming back to you once again. This time, we're going to go over to NBCNews.com, and this is in the U.S. News. A lawsuit says woman gave birth alone on Maryland jail floor because of the unsanitary conditions in the cell. The baby developed a type of staph bacteria infection that is resistant to many of antibiotics, the lawsuit says. The article is written by the Associated Press, and it says a woman who said she was left to give birth to her baby alone on the dirty concrete floor of her jail cell in Maryland filed a federal lawsuit Tuesday alleging that the jail nurses ignored her screams and pleas for help for 6 hours. Jasmine Valentine alleges some nurses working on the jail's contacted medical provider contracted medical provider, Pennsylvania-based Primacare Medical Inc., said she was withdrawing from drugs not in labor, and some jail staffers and medical staff laughed at her, saying she was trying to get out of her cell late at night in July of 2021 at the Washington County Jail in Hagerstown. Valentine claims she punched the walls for her solitary confinement cell, which did not have any blankets or sheets during her most painful contractions, and removed what she believed was the baby's amniotic sac and slid it underneath her cell door to prove she was about to give birth. She was about to have a baby. A fellow inmate, hearing Valentine's cries and pleas, called Valentine's boyfriend, who called the jail pleading with staffers to help her, the lawsuit says. The nurse also ignored a concern raised by a jail deputy about Valentine. He did not contact any supervisors. Wow, that's crazy. The lawsuit says he discovered Valentine holding the baby girl in the cell about 15 minutes after she was born, just after midnight on July 4th, 2021, and the ambulance was called to take them to the hospital, according to the lawsuit. Because of the unsanitary conditions in the cell, the baby developed a type of staph bacteria infection that is resistant to many of the antibiotics, the lawsuit says. Valentine, who has never given birth before, says she feared her baby would die and she might bleed out while delivering, but realizing that no one was going to help, she said she was determined to try to deliver the baby on her own. Okay? And this is Valentine and her baby. Right there. Oh, so cute. In my brain, anything could have happened, she said of her fears. I felt like I was in the hands of the devil, honestly. The lawsuit alleges that Washington County, Maryland, its sheriff department and sheriff, as well as the nurses and deputies at the jail, violated Valentine's rights under the state law and the Constitution. County spokesperson Daniel Weaver said county has no comment. Primacare did not immediately return a telephone call seeking comment. Valentine was over 8 months pregnant when she was arrested for an alleged probation violation and taken to the jail the day before she went into labor. The lawsuit says Valentine was released several days later and her baby is doing well, she said. The lawsuit is similar to one that was filed in 2019 by a woman who gave birth alone in a Denver jail the year before, claiming that the nurses and deputies ignored her pleas for help for 5 hours. Surveillance video then released by the law firm representing Diane Sanchez, which is also representing Valentine, showed her lying on a narrow bed, crying out in pain and delivering her baby boy. The city eventually settled the lawsuit. Following Sanchez's delivery, the Denver County Sheriff's Department, which runs the jail, says it's changed its policies to ensure that pregnant inmates who are in any stage of labor are immediately taken to the hospital. Previously, previous decisions about whether to move a pregnant inmate were left to the jail nurses, but deputies were authorized to call for an ambulance for someone in labor. David Lane, whose law firm is involved in both cases, said he believes that it highlights the problems of privatizing health care behind bars and the attitude of correctional administrators. As long as jail and prison administrators view inmates as animals, these things will continue to happen, he said. And that is the end of the quote and the end of the article. Basically, I mean, they dropped the ball on this one. Luckily, the mother and her baby are doing well, and that they are got the medical help that they were supposed to receive while she was behind bars. Uh, why the deputy did not call his supervising manager at that time is unknown. I'm not going to sit here and speculate as to why he did not do that. However, he did raise some concern, but not enough to, before she delivered her baby. As for the conditions in jail are always not even up to par. I'm surprised how many of these jails, detention centers, are still able to run, given that they don't provide the best care. Uh, Most often, not is not sanitary and overpopulated. But with that being said, regardless of why she was arrested and booked, she, as a person, as a human being, every person has a right to, um, you know, have top-notch health care, regardless if they're out on the street or in jail. They should have provided extra precautions and provisions for this woman, being as though that she was pregnant. When they booked her, I'm pretty sure they knew and was aware that she was pregnant. For them to assume automatically that it was drugs, the reason why she was screaming and crying in pain is beyond me. I guess that's just the thought process of some people nowadays. People in general are so desensitized that they'll automatically, go to the worstest case scenario of what the possible cause may be. Oh, she's on drugs, or, you know, etc., etc. But um, like I said, I'm glad that her and the baby are fine and they are doing well. Um, they should just settle this out of court. Just give the woman what she wants, because they were clearly in the wrong, and the nurses and staff that were working that night should be fired and disciplined and fired. Why are you there if you're not going to do your job? If you're a nurse, same thing if it was at a hospital setting or school setting, or pick your place. you know you're there to provide care for individuals. You're not there to judge individuals. You're not there to, just sit on your ass and get through your shift, chilling with your homegirls and homeboys or your colleagues. You're there to provide a service. That's what you get paid for. That's what you went to school for. So ultimately, I hope those people lose their jobs, basically. And with that being said, I am going to take it down in the comment section. Please join me so we can talk about this in any other video that I may do on my channel. And I thank you so much. I appreciate the love and support. And with that being said, you guys, I will get with you in the next video.